Hey, what's up, guys? This is OAB with Wake Up Judah. Before we get into this video, I just wanted to address something. There's a lot of people that are in this world that are doing great works, absolutely fantastic works that I'm learning from. But my knowledge is very deep. I may conceal things that I do know for the protection of others. There's always time. And in due time, things will come out. With that being said, my works and my creativity needs to be appreciated as well. I see everything. Everyone from attorneys to big-time crypto people to other knowledgeable, wise YouTubers as well. Even people that are on my social media that take shots. I see it all. Every last one of them. So, I ask that you respect my creativity and my content, and I most definitely would do that with yours. I talk through symbols, and if you know the symbols, then you would know exactly who I'm talking to. Not what I believe in, because I tell you who I believe in and what I believe in openly, but the symbolic nature that I utilize when I communicate is that of separate. I know who the true Lord is. I know who the Savior is. I've always known. I speak with my Father. My Father speaks with me. I've even seen Christ. So I don't doubt in my mind whatsoever who the true and living God is. And I also understand that there's good and there's bad. If I credit somebody, most likely I'm crediting the good or the good quality that they resembled. But doesn't mean that I am unaware of who they are and what they do. I'm very careful with the words that I choose, with the words that I write. I do not want you to be confused from your own confirmation bias of what you believe. We're going to work together. It's a lot of leaders. There's no reason for leaders to step on each other's toes. In this video, what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at America. Did you know that there were pyramids right next to me? In my past video, I spoke about how I'm driving right past the Cahokia Mound. For a while now, I've been wanting to share about it. And with this video, we're going to do just that. We're going to take a look at an article that discusses the Egyptian pyramids and the aliens that are supposedly attached to them. I don't believe in aliens. I believe things are foreign. But the type of aliens that esoteric people seem to worship, it's not my flavor. It's never been my style. My style is the truth. Similar to my comedy company, the fifth element of hip-hop comedy. A lot of people don't know that the real fifth element is knowledge. And my Father tells me that his people perish for lack of it. All right, I want to thank you for staying with me. We're going to take a look at this article published from February 25th, 2016, called Proof of Aliens' Life. They talk about alien encounters, alien sightings, UFO sightings, ancient aliens, alien abduction, alien crop circles, and more, I'm sure. But what I did, I came across this article because I known that they talked that aliens built the pyramids in Egypt. Now, there's a difference between Egyptian pyramids and the pyramids from the Americas. Major differences, structural differences, use differences, as well as the people that made them. Big differences from what they say. One is built by slaves, which is the Egyptian pyramids, and one of them in America are built by the countrymen to represent power, not aliens. So with this video, we're going to dive in deep about a difference between Egyptian pyramids and the pyramids of the Americas. So these are top 10 evidences to prove the aliens built the pyramids. I'm going to read what's important to me. You're going to have time to press pause and read it in full if you decide to. So let's start from the top. One of the most intriguing works of ancient engineering and architecture are the Great Pyramids of Egypt, one of the 7 wonders of the world. It is still a wonder that how could the ancient man manage to build something as colossal as the pyramids 500,000 years back, when there is no technology and obviously no modern tools and machinery. As per the alien enthusiasts, or the non-believers, the pyramids were built by aliens from the outer space. Wow. How outlandish is that? You talk about conspiracy theories, right? There are many evidences found in these great monuments itself that proves a theory of pyramids being built by aliens. There's a difference between reality and theory. Number one, or reason number one, as proof that aliens built the pyramids. The monolith blocks which were used to build the pyramid weigh 2 tons each. And there's some that go as high as 50 tons. They did not know the use of the wheel. So how could an ancient Egyptian carry these stone blocks from the other side of the Nile? So not only did they have these huge blocks that they had to carry and place, they actually had to move them quite some distance. Does this sound like something that can be done before Christ? Let's go forward. The pyramids were built facing the exact magnetic north, without a compass, which was no way available 5,000 years back. It was certainly not possible for the ancient men to be precisely accurate regarding building the pyramid in such a way. So somebody's into astrology. The 3 pyramids of the Giza Pyramid Complex are aligned exactly with the position of the 3 stars of Orion's belt. As the science of astronomy, no, let's correct that. As the science of astrology, because these people are utilizing astrology for their beliefs, would not have been that developed thousands of years back. So this is new age thinking. It has to be the work of aliens who would have the knowledge of the astronomical positioning of the stars, as they say. Number 4, the perimeter of the Great Pyramid, when divided by 2 times the height of the monument, gives a number exactly equal to pi. And it is matching till the 15th decimal place. Such mathematical accuracy is certainly too hard to be believed as the work of people which had limited knowledge in mathematics. Okay? Number 5. There are hieroglyphs present in the wall carvings of the Temple of Seti. At Abydos, that resembles the helicopter exactly. There are carvings of other modern day vehicles on the same wall carving as well. The hieroglyphic carving includes a submarine and a spaceship. These vehicles were invented thousands of years after the hieroglyph was made. The question is, can you prove that these hieroglyphs were made way back when? Let's go to number 6. The height of the Great Pyramid is 481 feet. This height is absolutely 1 in 1 billionth of the distance between the Earth and the Sun. So now we have to question, is the Sun inside of the firmament, or is the Sun in outer space somewhere? Do we see clouds in front and behind the Sun, or are the clouds always in front of the Sun? These are questions that you have to ask yourself when you're reading different readings that people publish. You can get a great idea of what they believe, what their belief system is, where they get their knowledge from, and who they are working for. Always ask these kind of questions when you're doing your research. So, to finalize number 6 reason, it has to be much of a mathematical coincidence if it were not the work of aliens. The walls, number 7. The walls of the underground crypt at the temple of Dendera have reliefs. These reliefs look exactly like light bulbs. These were made many thousands of years ago before Edison had invented the bulb. So again, they are telling us that the light bulb wasn't around yet. So how did they know? They want us to believe that these are aliens, once again, that is creating this stuff, and not humans. Let's go forward. Number 8. So with number 7, this is another question of which came first, the chicken or the egg? They want us to believe that they knew light bulbs were here way back when, but yet you want us to also believe that Edison created the light bulb. So did Edison study in Egypt? Was Thomas Edison an alien? Or was he just given this knowledge by nobody? Or did he actually work and do work to figure out how to create a light bulb? And was Edison the one that created the light bulb? There's a lot of different questions that we have to ask with this article to make it make sense. But one thing we do know, there is huge propaganda that tells us that Egypt is the earliest civilization and that all of what we do now is based out of Egypt. Make sure you guys stay with the rest of this video because we're going to look at the American pyramids here shortly. Number 8. The structural similarities between the pyramids of Egypt and the Mayan pyramids, which were built at a difference of many thousand years, point to the fact that it is one source of knowledge which had allowed the ancient Egyptians and the Mayans to build such colossal structures. This common source has to be aliens, as it is unlike that the Mayans would have access to the builder's guide of the Egyptian pyramids. So we have a question again. Did the Mayans steal the idea of pyramids? Are the Mayan pyramids set up along the Orion's belt as well? If not, what was the purpose of Egypt's being set up that way, and for those same aliens to teach these Mayans, but they don't teach them the same way? It sounds like a completely different idea. Again, make sure you stay with me so when I show you these American pyramids, I'm going to show you that they had purpose. Number 9. Going by longitude and latitude positioning of the Great Pyramid is believed to be at the absolute center of the landmass of the planet. Such calculative construction is certainly too much of an expectation from men who didn't even know the terms or concepts of latitude and longitude. One thing about statistics is statistics can tell whatever story that you want them to tell. Ask COVID. They're telling us a story right now based off of statistics, based off of scientists, based off of experts. But we're going to find out that archaeologists, they haven't been around forever. How are they able to prove something from 4000 BC, something from 5000 BC? These questions never wonder you? If they haven't, I hope they do now. I want you guys to begin asking more questions than you are seeking for answers. Because if you ask the right question, you'll get the right answers. But you have to ask the right questions. Number 10. While the mainstream scientists and Egyptologists claim that the Great Pyramid was commissioned by Pharaoh Khufu, there is no documentation of the same. Wow. So who said that Pharaoh Khufu was the one who created the pyramid? And how long has that been the story? Why isn't there any documentation of this? That documentation would be able to date us back to a certain time if he truly did this. But since there is no documentation to determine this, how can we determine the actual timestamp of this pyramid? Let's read further. Ancient Egyptians were good at record keeping. Hence, it is very mysterious why they would not keep records of individual who would have built such a magnificent and massive structure, unless it was aliens who built it actually. Wow. So they go from not having any documentation to saying that aliens built this without having documentation. This is clearly insane. So I guess this next paragraph is people like me. Debunkers would always put up counter theories attempting to debunk the theories. But the fact remains that so much evidence certainly point toward the fact that pyramids are the creation of far more technological advanced race, the race of aliens. How silly can this be? So if you guys want to, feel free to go back in and check out the rest of this stuff. All these different numbers and statistics and blase, blase, blah, blah, blah. All of these different pictures they give you. You just go ahead and feel free to dive in further. But I have questions, and I've always had questions. Me being from St. Louis and being so close to the oldest city in America along the Mississippi River, I have a great idea, and I've had a great idea, that 1 + 1 was not equaling 2. And let me show you why.